Have you been on the floor of the Senate? You were in the Senate for a few years.
Yeah.
Time and time again, talking about the necessity, with pride, about cutting Social Security, cutting Medicare, cutting veterans programs.
No.
You never said that.
No. I introduced the balanced budget amendment in 1984. It got nowhere. I'm one of those Democrats who voted for the constitutional amendment to balance the budget. I have introduced on 4 occasions entire plans to balance the budget. I tried with Senator Grassley back in the 80s to freeze all government spending, including Social Security.
Oh, Senator Joe Biden was very animated when he said including Social Security. I mean, he said that with so much feeling. The grand bargain with the Republicans gonna cut grandma and grandpa's Social Security, baby, out of his own mouth. So for all the neoliberals who might salivate after they see this clip, the man said it himself. He wasn't set up. That was him talking. It wasn't his stunt double. So there you have it. You can't make this up. And furthermore, Biden's fixation on cutting Social Security dates back to the Reagan era. One of the Ronald Reagan's first major moves as president was to implement a mammoth tax cut tilted towards the wealthy and to increase defense spending. Biden, a Delaware senator at the time, supported both moves. So again, the shadow president just mimicking the current president. And Biden has continued to pretend to be a staunch defender of Social Security as president. But that is revisionist history, even taking credit where it has been not been due. Check this out. Biden has repeatedly noted in recent weeks that Social Security payments will rise substantially in 2023. He has invoked the increase while reciting his accomplishments as president. It is true that the 2023 increase of 8.7% is the biggest in years, but actually the biggest since 1981. But that's not because of any positive Biden achievement. That's coming from CNN reporting. So stop the exaggeration. Further, the increase is known as a cost of living adjustment, or COLA. Why will there be an 8.7% cost of living adjustment in 2023? Because average prices in the third quarter of 2022, as measured by the Consumer Price Index for urban wage owners and clerical workers, were up 8.7% from average prices in the third quarter of 2021. So in other words, this is not really a raise. Are you hearing me, good people? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, that's who I'm calling on today. We need to stop being complicit in our own demise. Michael, I don't know, if other folks don't care about their own grandma, own grandpa, their mamas and daddies in the future themselves, I don't know what else is gonna shake these people from understanding that we are not dealing with honest brokers in that Congress, or in this issue, not even the president of the United States.
Yeah, it's particularly scary because this moment would be a great excuse for someone like Joe Biden. He can claim, my hands were tied, I couldn't do anything. The debt ceiling needed to be raised, and I had to agree with what the Republicans wanted. Otherwise, the full faith and credit of the United States is on the line. So this is a really horrifying moment, and people really need to pay attention to this. If there's gonna be cuts, Biden has the excuse. It's an optimal moment for Republicans, and even the Democrats who don't want to do this, don't want to go through with this, do they have the fight in them? There's so much riding against us currently, and I really want people to understand that this is a very serious moment. And I think that we're probably in more danger of Social Security getting cut now than back in the grand bargain days in 2011. So I don't think people understand how serious this moment is, and Americans need to know that once we open the door to cutting Social Security or doing some type of reform, it's only going to get worse from there. They tried this in Chile, where they privatized Social Security, and it was a disaster. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to privatize it yet, but that's ultimately their goal. It starts by undermining support for it. And once you start to cut it, once you make it less efficient, then you could pitch that to people and say, well, look, it doesn't work. So maybe since the government can't handle it, then this private corporation is better suited to handle your Social Security. This is what neoliberalism is, outsourcing all of the government's responsibilities to private corporations. And they've been wanting to do this for a very long time. So cutting it, if they're successful here, is only the beginning, but that in and of itself is incredibly damaging. So this story is extremely infuriating, and I really hope people are paying attention.
I do too, Mike, and we're going to continue to cover this. This is truly a 911, as you and I were discussing before. This is a hair on fire moment. You know, I had a boss that I once worked for, mayor of the city of Cleveland, Mayor Michael R. White, and he used to ask his cabinet or say to his cabinet, if your hair is on fire, you ought to act like your hair is on fire. If your hair is on fire, you're not going to sit back cool, calm, and collected. Everybody is going to know that your hair is on fire and you need some relief. But this is indeed a hair on fire moment, and everybody, Lottie Dottie and everybody, to quote Grandma again, should be actively engaged in this fight. If they do this, there should be some consequences and repercussions for this come the next election cycle. And had the Democrats fought hard enough, they wouldn't have lost the House. See, if they had to put some of that fire and brimstone and venom against Republicans instead of coming for progressives, hello, somebody, then maybe we would not be in this situation. Dire consequences. And Mike and I are not making this up. This is a matter of whether somebody can pay their rent, pay their mortgage, purchase their prescription drugs that are too damn high, the rent too damn high, prescription drugs too damn high, eggs too damn high, everything too damn high. And then you got somebody like Joe Manchin, who's a multi-millionaire with a cavalier attitude. Listen, folks, this is real. We need to take it to the streets like they did in France.